Europe counted the temperature, then the dead. Hospitals saturated and funeral homes filled. 5,000 dead in Germany. 2,000 excess deaths in a single week in France. Mortuaries full, and the figures are still incomplete. Most of the victims were over 75. Most of them were women. Most of them died alone. Europe is not recovering from a heat wave. It is still counting its dead. Germany has recorded more than 5,000 heat-related deaths so far this year, making it one of the deadliest summers in recent memory as Europe continues to grapple with extreme temperatures. The Robert Koch Institute, Germany's national public health agency, said an estimated 5,120 people have died due to the effects of heat in 2026. Most of those deaths occurred during the intense heat wave that swept across the country in late June, when weekly average temperatures climbed well above 20 degrees Celsius. According to the Institute, the victims belonged mainly to the older population, highlighting the disproportionate impact of extreme heat on elderly populations.
Around 4,270 of the deaths were among people aged 75 and older. More women than men died, mainly because they make up a higher share of the very old.
Officials also reported that more women than men died, largely because women make up a greater share of Germany's oldest age groups. The figures come as neighbouring France is also reporting a sharp rise in deaths linked to the same heatwave. French authorities said preliminary data showed more than 2,000 excess deaths during the final week of June, with electronic death registrations indicating nearly 9,000 deaths nationwide over 7 days. Officials cautioned that the figures remain incomplete because electronic certificates account for only about 60% of all deaths. The extreme temperatures also overwhelmed funeral services in Paris, where mortuaries ran out of space and families faced delays arranging burials. Health experts warn that heat-related deaths are often underestimated because many victims die from existing cardiovascular or respiratory illnesses worsened by prolonged exposure to high temperatures. Scientists have repeatedly linked the increasing frequency and intensity of European heat waves to climate change, warning that prolonged periods of extreme heat are becoming one of the continent's deadliest natural hazards. Public health officials continue urging residents, particularly older adults and those with underlying medical conditions, to stay hydrated, avoid prolonged outdoor exposure, and check regularly on vulnerable neighbours as high temperatures persist across parts of Europe. A punishing heatwave sweeping across Europe has pushed France's nuclear fleet to breaking point, with authorities warning that the country's power system faces its toughest test of the summer. Électricité de France has confirmed that up to 5 nuclear plants could face output curbs in the coming days, as soaring temperatures heat the rivers used to cool the reactors. 2 reactors are already scaling back production this week, the first sign of trouble for a fleet that forms the backbone of Europe's power supply, exporting low-carbon electricity to neighbours including Germany and the UK. This is the 3rd major heatwave to grip Western Europe this year. A high-pressure heat dome, echoing the one that brought record temperatures back in June, is now spreading across the continent, with conditions already gripping southeast England, France and Spain, and expected to reach Switzerland and Italy in the days ahead. Analysts say it is not just the heat itself, but its persistence that is testing the system. With little time for rivers to recover between hot spells, each new wave adds fresh strain, regardless of whether records are broken.
We are accumulating extreme events. How many times can the system be resilient?
The numbers paint a stark picture. Southern France has already touched 41.4 degrees Celsius, with the mercury forecast to climb to 42 near the Mediterranean coast on July 8th. Meteorologists point to a mix of shifting atmospheric patterns tied to a developing El Niño and an unusually warm North Atlantic, conditions expected to keep the region locked in heat through next week, with temperatures running 3 to 6 degrees above normal. The consequences stretch well beyond the power grid. Soils across southern Europe have been baked dry, crops damaged, and livestock pushed to their limits. Dry vegetation and falling humidity have driven wildfire risk sharply higher, prompting the European Union to deploy a record number of firefighters to help nations under pressure. Fires have already broken out in Portugal, Spain, Greece, and France. Near the Spanish border, roughly 800 firefighters are still battling a blaze that has torn through more than 49 square kilometers since igniting earlier this week. For now, Europe's power planners and its firefighters are facing the same enemy, a summer that refuses to let up. Europe is overheating, and as record-breaking temperatures push millions to the limit, one unexpected winner has emerged. From Paris to Brussels, shoppers are scrambling for cooling appliances, supermarket shelves are emptying, and Chinese air conditioner manufacturers are struggling to keep up with soaring demand. As temperatures climbed well beyond 40 degrees Celsius, cooling appliances transformed from household luxuries into daily necessities. Across Belgium, Chinese-made fans and portable air conditioners quickly sold out in many physical stores, while major online retailers listed numerous products as unavailable. Similar shortages have been reported across several other European countries. The surge in demand has largely benefited Chinese appliance giants, including Midea, Haier, and Gree. Portable air conditioners have become especially popular because they are cheaper than traditional split units and can be installed almost instantly. Midea's Porta-Split model was specifically designed for the European market, allowing easy installation while complying with strict building regulations common across European cities. According to Citigroup, Midea's consumer air conditioner sales in Europe could grow by more than 20% during the second quarter after the company stocked 2 to 3 times last year's inventory ahead of the summer season. Haier is also expected to record double-digit growth in its European air conditioning business this year. Europe's insufficient supply of cooling equipment has helped China profit from this crisis. Europe's lagging local industrial layout and sluggish product iteration has left domestic products ill-matched against construction scenarios and people's everyday needs. Meanwhile, the affordable Chinese products have been designed around real consumer needs. Chinese customs data show exports of air conditioning machines from China to France jumped 57% in May from a year earlier to about $26 million, while exports to Spain surged 41% to about $71 million, and that was before the historic days in June when the mercury regularly topped 100 degrees Fahrenheit. By June, China's total air conditioner exports had jumped 72.8% year-on-year. Only around 1 in 5 European households currently has air conditioning, leaving millions unprepared for increasingly frequent heat waves. As demand surged, extraordinary scenes unfolded in France, where shoppers crowded little supermarkets around Paris, with reports of scuffles breaking out as residents rushed to buy affordable cooling units. Meanwhile, Chinese factories have ramped up production. At Jiangmen Pousai Refrigeration Appliance in Guangdong Province, workers have extended shifts to meet overseas orders, with around 60% of production now destined for Europe.
Our European market accounts for 70% of our total overseas sales. Our products are sold mainly to countries such as France, Germany and Spain. In May, the number of our orders reached more than 900,000 units.
As overseas orders for home appliances continue to grow and shipment schedules tighten, customs authorities have introduced measures to streamline export procedures. The Jiangmen Customs Office has established a dedicated declaration window for the export of cooling appliances to facilitate faster clearance.
In the first 5 months of this year, Jiangmen's air conditioner exports to Europe totaled 880 million yuan, about 129 million US dollars, up 15.4% year on year.
Even as Europe continues trade negotiations with Beijing over concerns about Chinese exports, this summer's heatwave has revealed an uncomfortable reality. As temperatures continue to rise, millions of Europeans are relying on Chinese-made cooling technology to escape one of the continent's hottest summers ever recorded.